So today I made a double rack of pork and it was absolutely delicious. So with these cuts, I trimmed the meat just above the ribs so it would give it that rack look to it. So I'm going to make my own binding sauce. Instead of just using plain mustard, I put together some mustard Dijon and honey along with some sriracha sauce. I don't measure it, I just put it together. So to this rack is going to be have a honey garlic glaze to this one. The other rack will be different. I can't just make them both the same. For my spice here, I use on this one is half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, half a teaspoon of coarse pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic plus, and 3/4 teaspoon of medium coarse salt. And I try to cover every part of this cut. So again with this one here, I pat dry the moisture and I trim off any silver skin, and I also just trim above the ribs. And I make my own binding sauce with this one too. I just add some honey, some hot buffalo sauce, and then some mustard Dijon. I don't measure what I put in, I just eyeball it. This one I just put on my favorite spice that I put on top, and I make sure I cover everything. Now I'm going to put this in the smoker, and I set my smoker at 250, and this is going to be about just over 2 hours, and I'm looking for an internal temperature of 150. So as these racks are cooking about an hour into the cook, I put together my glazes. For this rack of pork with the hot buffalo sauce, I make more of a spicy glaze for this one. I put honey, 1 tablespoon of butter, some more hot buffalo sauce, about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and some of my favorite barbecue sauce. So for this honey garlic rack I put together, and for this glaze I put some honey, mustard Dijon, about 1.5 teaspoons of minced garlic, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and 1 tablespoon of butter. And then I let these melt together and bind together in the smoker. And after the internal temperatures reach about 100 degrees, I just give it a spritz of some apple juice every 20 minutes. And as you can see, the sauces here are all binding together perfectly. So once I reach an internal temperature of 130, I now just spread on the glaze. I think the imagery speaks for itself here. And trust me, it tastes just as good as it looks. Okay, so now I just reached an internal temperature of 150, and now I'm going to remove it off the smoker. And these are incredibly juicy. It's like slicing into a wet sponge. In the bottom corner, you can just see the juices just running off this. Now, doesn't that make your mouth water? and the other one is just as juicy. No, I'm just holding on to this thing. I'm hardly even squeezing at all. Thank you so much for watching.